Hey, it's Bev, your deep dive coach. And this month, we are diving deeper by borrowing a brain, or more specifically, by being curious when we don't borrow a brain. This idea came to me actually this morning when I was coaching a client. She has had some key changes in her business. Some key people left. She's replaced them with better systems and better people. And she was telling me that she's feeling overwhelmed by all she has to do. So I asked her why she feels overwhelmed, and she went through a few things. And some of it was extra work and extra creation that she has to do. And a lot of it was ruminating. So we just, for fun, I said, what are you ruminating on? And so one of them was topics for the next few months. And it takes her ages to figure out and days. And I said, okay, what's January going to be? Just tell me. And she just threw out a topic. And what about February? What about March? We did it in like 3 seconds. And then she said, and my schedule of when to do the classes and when to bring guest speakers, ruminate for days. So I said, why don't you have your assistant do it for you? At least come up with the first draft or ChatGPT. And she'd never thought about it. And there were a few things that we talked about that didn't require her superpower of content creation and teaching, that take her a really long time that she didn't need to do. She might need to be the final decision maker on it, but she didn't need to create it. So the thing is, whenever we're spending a lot of time on something, whether it is what we should be doing or we shouldn't, and it's because we're ruminating and we can't decide and we can't deliver the final product, often it's because we just need another nervous system to sit with our nervous system and help it get into the state that we need to be in order to produce what we need to produce. It's how we're made. It's how we're designed. It makes us natural. And it's the reason that I've recently been doing some co-working sessions within my deep dive club and my deep dive coaches. There's just something grounding about knowing, oh, there's other nervous systems at play here. And when we're all in a similar space, it makes whatever I have to do easier. So the first thing is just do it. If ever you're struggling with something, go borrow a brain. But more importantly, here's the deep dive. This is why it's a deep dive. Ask yourself, why didn't I think about this? Why didn't the fact that I was struggling cause me to think, oh, I could borrow a brain? Why did I think I had to solve it all by myself? What about this ruminating or this struggling didn't alert me to the need to borrow a brain, or to the idea that borrowing a brain would be so helpful, so productive, so efficient? Usually it's messages that we come across about how to cope, how to do things, how to be productive, what we have to think about, and relying on people. So many different messages that we might have heard or concluded based on observations we had, that we might want to start questioning. And some of them we might want to start untangling and releasing. And that is the deep dive for you this month.